okay, let's cut the bullshit because there's a lot of fluff in this self-improvement, fitness, online space, all of these cute little habits. But let me tell you that this video is not going to be any of that useless nonsense. I'm not going to be talking to you about cold plunges, red light therapy, optimization. I'm not going to be talking to you about your cute little journaling. No, I'm going to get down to the nitty gritty of the habits that I will be implementing over the next 10 years that will make me fucking unstoppable. And I really hope that you choose to come along with me on this journey. Now, I'm not preaching this as some successful guru who's already made it. As you can see, it's dark, it's cold, it's gritty. I'm by no means living the dream life, except that this is the dream, pushing yourself every single day, seeing what you're made of, working your way out the trenches. This really is the dream life once you fall in love with the process, but that's not the point of this video. Now, let me give you a little bit of a backstory because I truly want to become dangerously competent, incredibly valuable, fucking inevitable. And it's a mighty thing to say for me because I've spent my whole life being an incompetent buffoon. I was a very smart and talented kid who was always told how much potential I had, but potential means nothing without proof. And I've fucked up so many times. I've made so many ridiculously stupid mistakes. Let me name you just a few of them. I've been fired from 3 different corporate jobs for the dumbest reasons. First job I had, I literally got caught smoking weed on lunch break. Second job I had, I literally just didn't show up to work one day because I wanted to go and smoke weed. And the third job, I actually managed to keep it for almost 2 years, but it was a slow decline because, have you guessed it yet? I was smoking weed outside work, living a shitty low performance life, having terrible habits, wanking off 3 times a day at a minimum, eating shitty junk food, consuming mindless entertainment content, hanging out with loser friends, simping girls, chasing them on dating apps. So I really truly have been down bad, lowest of the low, a complete loser. And now I think I'm reaching a point where I'm developing a lot more mastery within my thoughts, my emotions, my habits, and that's exactly what I'll be talking about. But before that, I just want to name a few of my other stupid, incompetent buffoonery so that you can really get a picture of where I'm coming from. So even after I stopped smoking weed, I was still getting fired from other jobs. I've had a lot of delivery jobs and I've crashed the vans quite a few times. I've caused some damage. I've basically been a fucking idiotic liability because the rest of my life wasn't in order. I wasn't doing the right habits outside work, and even during work I was, distracted, chaotic, fucking feeling all over the place. Like my internal state was messed up because of the habits that I had in my daily life, and the structure and the routine and the internal thought process I had. So I've been fired from jobs. I've quit a lot of jobs. I've actually quit more projects and ventures, business endeavors than I can even count. And for a while, it gave me this evidence that I'm a quitter. I'm someone who can never follow through. My mindset was absolutely fucked for a very, very, very long time for a massive reason. One of the biggest reasons was that I was always looking for the short-term tactics, the quick little tips and tricks, the cute little hacks I'm sure you've heard it all before. That's why I opened by saying this self-improvement industry is a load of fucking nonsense and bullshit. So, recently, I watched a video that changed my perspective. And I realized one day that every single thing I tried to do is going to be so much longer and so much more difficult than I could possibly imagine. So why be so frantic and worried and trying to become him tomorrow when I can set my sights on a 10-year-long plan and just fall in love with the daily process of getting better and better and better at these 10 habits every single day. And in the next 10 years, if I don't fall off and if I keep getting better and better and better, there is absolutely no reason why I shouldn't become fucking undeniable and finally start living the proof of my potential. Now, what are these habits? What are these 10 habits I've been teasing this entire time? Well, first things first, we start at the start of the day. We rise early, we beat the sun up, and most importantly, we beat our alarm up. No matter what time you set, I don't care if it's 6 a.m., 4 a.m. like myself, or fucking 2 a.m. if you're a real psycho, as long as you set the alarm and you stick to it no matter how you feel. This will give you so much more time throughout the day than you can possibly imagine, because you're getting a head start, you're stacking wins early, you are literally shifting your identity and becoming a complete outlier, becoming way more competitive, literally beating the people who sleep in until the last possible minute. And going through this pain of rising when you don't feel like it, it's going to make you very emotionally resilient. It's going to make you way more capable of taking on greater and greater challenges as your life progresses. Now, we don't just rise early and fiddle with our willies and go on a doom scroll. No, we actually have to fill that extra time with meaningful habits. First things first, we have to train like a psycho. Not going to the gym, being scientifically optimized, overthinking the perfect program. No. We select a program that is aligned to our goals, what we want our ideal physique to look like, and we just go balls deep, attacking with ferocity every single session, trying to get stronger, and just seeing what we're capable of on every single rep. Every set is an opportunity for mastery. Now, once we do this psychotic training, we have to replenish and refuel like a king, not like a peasant, not like one of the masses who goes to the gym but eats like shit. No, we eat for savagery. We're not eating like fitness influencers, like brain fog bodybuilders. No, we're eating not just clean whole foods, because that's very, very vague. No, we're eating a very specific diet that is tailored to our current body composition, our goals, that is perfectly aligned with the exact micronutrients that we need on a daily basis to function with crazy energy, get sick workouts, sick pumps, and just be focused, sharp, and present. No brain fog, no nonsense. Now, obviously, if you want to know a bit more specifically about that diet, let me know. We'll do a little consultation or whatever, but it doesn't matter. The point is, these three pillars will take you very far. The early mornings, the psycho training, and the nutrition, but it's not enough. Of course it's not enough, because this is just the foundations. But we take that foundation and we lay it, we cement it with emotional mastery. This is a skill. This is a habit. I literally used to have absolutely no control over my thoughts and feelings. I'd be at the utter mercy of my impulses and all my emotions, literally blown around like a leaf in the wind, feeling like a fucking cuck to the world around me. And now I have so much more control over my internal state. Something that's helped with that massively is a daily habit of simple meditation. But It's not enough just to set yourself a cute little timer or download a cute little app and just go through the motion just to tick it off your little self-improvement checklist. No. Be there and focus on making yourself progress at it. Every single time you sit down to meditate, try to be more present, more just letting go, and stop labeling all of these thoughts. Stop attaching yourself, stop identifying yourself with all of your thoughts, and just whenever you feel yourself drifting, just return to the breath and keep this practice going as much as you can throughout the rest of your day. Learn how to be fully present in everything you do. And believe me, I get it. I get how hard it is. I'm still struggling with this massively, because especially now I'm getting excited by the potential of all the momentum and the progress I'm making. I'm starting to drift around, starting to have all of these ideas, but sometimes it's important to think strategically, get these ideas and be creative, but sometimes it's just as important to center yourself in the present moment, be fully here, and just appreciate everything around you. Another very important habit is to learn how to switch whatever you're going through into a positive perspective, because there's always a positive perspective in any pain that you might be going through. It's a skill. It really is a skill. I used to be a complete negative Nancy, always looking at the, oh, poor little me, oh, the world is out to get me, oh, wow, a little pathetic victim. But it really is a habit you can develop. Next habit is learning, getting specific knowledge, not just reading all of these mindless, fluffy books to feel productive, like actually going out into the world, seeking targeted education from mentors whose results you want to replicate, and immediately executing on that knowledge. Not mentally masturbating, filling up your brain with all of this useless information that's just going to slow you down and make it even harder to act. No, you learn and you act. You learn and you act. Immediate execution with speed and urgency, precision and focus. Next, very, very important habit to develop is writing. Not like making a Dear Diary entry in your journal. No, writing to structure your thoughts, make them clear, make them tangible, and bring your ideas to life. Writing with purpose. Actually, spreading your ideas, not being scared of putting yourself out there, and writing, posting it online. Like, I get it. There's a massive barrier to entry. I have nothing to say. I have nothing. That's the point. You figure it out. You bring yourself more clarity. The longer you do it, the more your ideas develop, and the better your skill at writing becomes. Man, it's crazy how high leverage writing is. And you might be thinking, oh, what's the point? AI can do it for me. Bro, this is a habit that will develop you into a more competent individual. How the hell are you supposed to even give AI the prompts to even know if it's good writing if you don't have the skill of writing yourself? And writing isn't just words on a page, especially writing content, like copy, especially high impact copy that you want to use to persuade someone to take an action. Man, it's a real energy transfer that AI cannot replicate unless you have the skills yourself. Make sense? So writing is a pillar that will just make you a more competent individual, but so is speaking. You can articulate your thoughts on a page, learn how to structure them more clearly, but actually getting them out there with your words, with your voice, is so important. Because how the hell are you supposed to persuade anyone to do anything? How are you supposed to have any kind of impact in the world around you if you mumble, pardon me, or if you burp in the middle of a video? Anyway, that's exactly why it's important to practice the skill of speaking on a daily basis. I'm not saying you have to do what I do and record videos all the time. It absolutely helps, because then you can watch it back, you can see where your skill gap lies, you can see where you're stuttering, using filler words and stuff. But it's just as important to do it with the people around you, to just become that social guy. Let me tell you, it's a skill, just like everything else. You might be thinking, oh, I'm an introvert, I can't speak to people. No. I am a massive introvert. My default setting is just to clam up and like shut myself out from the world. But when I overcome that little resistance and I start just speaking to everyone, man, I can get into a crazy flow state, develop some really, really good rapport with people, and have amazing conversations. It's a skill, it's a habit. Now, all of these habits are amazing, but without God in your life, it feels kind of bland, kind of dull, kind of empty. There's a reason we have this gaping hole that we always try to fill with achievement, women, possessions. That hole is for God. It's to have a very unique and personal spiritual connection. I'm not going to tell you what that is. I'm not here to try and convince you of a certain religious ideology, because I don't think that serves you, to be honest with you. I considered myself a Christian for a lot of my life. I've been back and forth, going in and out of church, and to be honest with you, it doesn't really align to me at like a core level. I think, to be honest, a lot of religion is BS. I don't think there's one superior religion. I don't think that one ideology is superior to another. I think connecting with God should be a very unique and personal experience with you. You can absolutely read the Bible. There's so much wisdom in there. But I personally, I just can't. I can't buy into so much of the Christian ideology. Like, I can try to pretend, I can try to convince myself, but it just feels misaligned. I hope that makes sense. But once you start developing a connection with God that is helped by all of these habits, all of this daily mastery, now you can start to act with faith. And that's the last habit, the one that has been missing for a lot of my journey. It's to act like everything you want is already yours. Not to have any kind of doubts, fears, I wish, I hope, I'll try. No, I am him already. Reality might not have caught up yet, but it's there, it's definitive, it's certain. That's it. That was the video. Those are the 10 habits. Give us the next 10 years and we'll be fucking unstoppable.